Are you trying to elbow me in the face?
No, it's just weird.
Very good.
Neil doesn't eat a lot of nuts.
That's the skin.
What are you talking about? I eat almonds all the time.
That's the skin off the walnut.
I'm
ready to go.
I'm in another universe right now.
Okay.
Wow.
What are you doing, Goofy?
Just smiling.
Welcome to Omnis Vegan. I'm Jessica.
I'm Neil.
And I'm John.
And today we are revisiting
Nut milk.
non-dairy milk. We haven't done one of these videos in a while. I know our very first video was non-dairy milk, and I think we've done 2 other ones since then. So I think we've done 3 non-dairy milk ones. We might have done 4.
I was gonna say, I think we're.
But this is a new brand that I've seen in Wegmans I think it was in Wegmans near us. This is Elmhurst. It was established in 1925. It was a dairy farm, but now they started doing non-dairy milk. So I thought that was pretty cool. We've got 4 flavors here today. We've got cashew, walnut,
Walnut.
yeah, cashews, walnuts, almonds, and hazelnuts. So John decided the order we're gonna try these in. He wanted to go with the least flavorful nut up to the most flavorful nut. So we're gonna start with cashew milk.
And just to be fair, I probably could switch almonds and walnuts only because I think the hazelnut is going to have a very strong, the strongest flavor, and I thought cashew was going to have the lightest flavor.
On the back of every carton, it describes to you what milked is.
Okay.
It tells you to draw something from. The word milk best describes our unique process of using water to separate and draw out the nuts or nutrients from the nuts. Not too bad. That cashew one's all pretty all right. I'm gonna give that I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Not too bad.
I think that's actually really tasty.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It has a sweetness, but I don't feel like it's as sweet as other sweetened milks, like non-dairy milks.
No.
They're definitely sweeter than unsweetened though. So if you typically have an unsweetened non-dairy milk, these are definitely sweeter than the unsweetened ones. I don't think it's as sweet as a sweetened version of milk, of non-dairy milk though. Right. So I like it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's tasty. Definitely something, and it's very creamy. Cashew milk is typically very creamy. Yeah. This is very creamy. I could definitely see making a hot chocolate out of this. If you had a chocolate syrup that you wanted to use, and you just heated this up in the microwave or something, or on the stove top, and added a little bit of chocolate syrup to it, I could see this being a very tasty hot chocolate.
Yeah. I don't disagree with anything that you said, including your score. So I'm going to say an 8 as well.
What?
I think it's delicious. I mean,
it is very good.
When we talk about cashew milk versus almond milk, or even walnut milk.
Walnut.
I do think that cashew does lend itself to a creamy, just because of the cashew texture in the nut.
Yeah.
So.
All right, this next one we're gonna try is walnut milk or milked walnuts. They actually don't call it walnut milk. They call it milked walnuts. If you look at all these on the front, it says milked hazelnuts, milked cashews, milked walnuts, milked almonds. So they don't actually call it a milk. They call it milk.
This is actually darker.
Definitely smells like walnuts.
I messed up.
That's pretty good. That's really good. Got a little bit of cinnamon to it.
No,
that's 100% walnut flavor.
Yeah, that's the.
How often do you eat walnuts? You don't eat walnuts very often. Yeah, that's actually really good. That literally tastes exactly like walnut. Like you're literally drinking a walnut. Yeah. I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10 as well. It's very, very tasty. The only reason why I'm giving it an 8 versus a higher score is because it's gonna be difficult to use that in a lot of recipes because it's such a walnut flavor.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the lowest carbs of all of them.
Unless you were gonna bake something.
Yeah, like if you were doing a brownies or something, but you don't really put dairy in, or you don't put a milk in a brownie.
You could. But you could. Especially given the idea of what they're using as milked.
This would be good if you could whip it. I don't know if you could do a whipped cream with this. This would be good as a whipped cream almost.
Right.
And put on top of like a pecan pie. I know that sounds weird, mixing your almonds and your pecan, or I'm sorry, your walnuts and your pecans, but this would taste really good as a whipped topping on a pie, in my opinion.
I agree with you. So I think we would struggle to whip this only because of the water base.
Well, you could definitely use like a xanthan gum or a cream of tartar or something like that to thicken it.
Yeah. Or you could just mix it with, what was that stuff that we whipped out of the chickpeas?
Yeah, the chickpea liquid. The chickpea liquid.
I forget what that's referred to as. But anyway.
Aquafaba.
Aquafaba. You could maybe mix this with the aquafaba to create a whip.
I just think it would taste good. I think a whipped walnut cream would taste very good.
No.
But I like the flavor of walnuts. I like mixed nuts. I pretty much eat just about any nut that I've come across.
So I mean, I like walnuts as well. It's probably of the four that are here, almonds and walnuts are my faves. So yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8 as well.
Okay.
I mean, I like the cashew one too because of its creaminess. I like the walnut one, not so much because of the creaminess, but because of the flavor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
All right. Next is almond milk.
On to the almond.
Almond is the milk that we drink most often.
Yes.
So this should be the.
This is probably going to get more. We're going to be more critical of this one, only because we have more experience with.
We typically have almond milk.
Almond milk. So, okay. Now this poured a lot creamier.
Here you go.
Holy wow.
Tell you what, these all have really good flavors. They don't hold back on the nut flavoring. They're pretty good. It's very good.
For real?
I'm gonna give that actually a 9.
That is the creamiest almond milk I have ever tried in my life.
Yes. 100% agree.
That's weird. Like it's almost like there's a thickness to it.
It's almost like
It's close to like a coconut milk.
yes. As far as denseness, like and the fact that it literally coats your tongue.
Yes.
This is like, I mean, if there was such a thing as a whole nut milk.
Whole almond milk, yeah.
Whole almond milk. This is whole almond milk.
Yes.
You would not. I mean, this is coffee creamer whole. Like it is thick.
Yes.
If I was gonna try and of the three that we've tried, that I believe I could whip. That's how thick it's because it's starting out at such a thick, dense coating. I think I could whip it, and I will give it a 9 as well. I'll just give it a 10. It's really, I mean, off the charts. Of all the almond milk I try, I would tell you that Elmhurst, like in my memory, will now be the best. So
yeah, it's tasty. What do you think, Neil?
Oh, I thought I gave it an 8 already. I gave it an 8. I gave it an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with an 8 as well. They're all pretty much 8s for me. I would go a little bit. I would consider a 9, but I'm gonna stick with the 8. It is, like I said, the creamiest, thickest almond milk I have ever tried in all of the almond. We've done a lot of almond milks. I mean.
And we drink almond milk, like I said, like we said.
Yeah, typically if we're drinking a milk, which we don't do a lot of, but when we do, it's typically an almond or sometimes a cashew, but typically we drink almond milk. And this is the thickest, creamiest almond milk I've ever tried. Like I said, I'm gonna stick with an 8 just because it's not a very, it's a very mild flavor, if that makes sense. And I think probably what's throwing me off a little bit is that I typically drink a flavored almond milk.
Vanilla flavor.
So yeah, I've been getting unsweetened vanilla almond milk as of late, and this has no vanilla flavoring. And almonds are such a mild flavor that's the only reason why I'm not giving it a 9. Is because I think for me, typically I'm used to having a vanilla flavored almond milk, unsweetened, but a vanilla flavored almond milk, and it's just a much more mild flavor than I'm used to when it comes to almond milk, which, like I said, is why I'm giving it an 8 rather than a 9.
Anyway.
All right. Hazelnut. I like hazelnut milk.
Not necessarily a fan.
I like macadamia milk too.
But I will tell you now, quite honestly, based on their
As far
taste,
as mild flavor.
this walnut has more flavor than the almond.
Yes, 100% agree.
And actually, if you're looking at creaminess, this is creamier than the cashew.
Yes.
So to me, that's incredible to say about a nut or non-dairy milk. There's no joke. That's a woo. Get you some of that.
That's tasty.
Don't get in that if you don't like hazelnuts.
It almost tastes like a chocolate milk.
No.
Without chocolate.
No.
But I'm thinking like Nutella, and I don't eat Nutella or Nutella. I forget how you pronounce it.
It's Nutella.
But that's what it's reminding me of. It almost tastes like a Nutella, and it's not thick by any means. It's definitely a thinner milk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's good. I'm gonna just go with all 8s. I'm gonna go with an 8 on this. It's tasty. It tastes almost like a chocolate milk without having a chocolate. I think if you would make a hot chocolate, I was saying that the cashew milk would give you the creamiest. I might say that the almond milk might give you the creamier one now. Yeah. I think this would taste good as a chocolate milk or a hot chocolate just because there's already that hazelnut flavor, and to me, when I taste it on my tongue, it reminds me of chocolate milk already. Okay. So, although what might be good is mixing, if you were doing like a hot chocolate, mixing the hazelnut in with either the cashew or the almond to get the extra creaminess of those ones, but the flavor of the hazelnut.
Yeah, I mean the flavor of the hazelnut is I mean, you do not pick this up
if you don't like hazelnut.
If you don't like hazelnut. I mean, you can pick this up if you don't necessarily like almonds. I don't think the almond flavor is going to get you. Mm-hmm. I don't think the cashew flavor is going to get you here either. If you don't like walnuts, don't touch it. If you don't like hazelnuts, don't touch it at all.
Yeah.
I don't care for hazelnuts. I mean, they're okay, but they're not my favorite. So I'm only going to give this only because I trust their process. I'm going to give it a 6. Otherwise, I would probably drop it down to a 4 or 5 because hazelnut has nothing for me.
And I'll tell you, this is the only one that has a mix. This one has hazelnuts and almonds, whereas this is just walnuts, it's just almonds, it's just cashew. Well, this has a mixture of almonds in it.
Let's be clear. I don't think if you did pure hazelnuts, that would be I think it would be undrinkable.
Yeah.
Because hazelnut has that much flavor.
Yeah.
I just don't think you'd be able to get into it. And there you go.
So what do you think now?
I'm giving it an 8. I don't have much to say about these.
Well, Neil read a little bit of the back. So this is what kind of intrigued me about this company. So it says, milked, the verb, to draw something from. The word milked best describes our unique process of using water to separate and draw out the nutrients from the nuts. These valuable nutrients, once released, recombine naturally to make a very creamy and smooth beverage without the use of any added emulsifiers or thickeners. Our process allows us to use more nuts, which means a more delicious and nutritious nut milk. So for example, this one, it says that in typical milks, it has 5 hazelnuts in every glass, whereas their process, they do 11 in every glass. And that's pretty typical. It says 2 to 8 for the walnuts, 4.5 to 18 almonds. They're saying in an 8-ounce glass, there's 18 almonds, and then it's 2 cashews to 11 cashews in there. So if you have this brand, if you can find this brand, I would highly recommend giving it a try.
It's not low calorie though.
No, one glass is 140, so it's not too bad. It's actually not too bad.
It's not.
And not too bad. It's not horrendous. I mean, it's definitely gonna, be almost a meal, but it's not too bad. It's a little bit higher in carb. They definitely added sugar to these, but.
Do they have fiber?
They're not. They're no 0 fiber. Everything is 0 fiber. All of them have 0 fiber.
Really?
But they taste good. So I mean, I would recommend, if you're willing to give it a try, to try that out. If you can find them near you, because they're definitely flavorful. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit that red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when we do upload new videos. And let us know in the comment section down below if you have seen this brand or if you have tried this brand and what your thoughts are on Elmhurst milks versus other non-dairy milks. We would love to hear your thoughts as well. So anyhow, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next Omnis Vegan. Bye.